Hello everyone, hope you are well. Late on a Thursday night. Want to let you know that I will not be doing a video for the next about 3 days. I'm going to take a break. Mrs. Dog and I are going to take a break. We're not going to work. We're not going to look at computer screens. I'm not going to do a video. Try to stay away from the news for 3 days, okay? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm not going to work. We're just going to relax, maybe go out, look at a tree or something, look at a bird, okay? But we're not going to work. I think we all need to do that from time to time. Take time to decompress and relax, catch up on sleep, whatever you want to do. Okay. I want to talk about this increased military activity and your responses from the question that I posed in the last video. First, real quick, I did notice in the news, and you may have seen this, that Biden has the virus. And strange as it may sound, I'm praying for his full recovery. Okay. And the reason that I'm praying for his recovery is I think, as a Christian, I don't wish the man to suffer. Okay. But my main reason really is because the second in line worries me even more than him. I think that one could be even worse, if you can be worse than that, than what we have now. And the third in line, well, it just goes downhill from there. Okay, that's my thought on Mr. Biden having the virus. I wish him well in his recovery. Okay. You may disagree with that. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I can hear the typing already. I know some folks are already typing out responses right now. Okay. I posed a question last night about increased military activity because I had a couple of emails about this, and I wanted to get your responses about it and see if others are noticing the same thing. Well, you are. A lot of you responded. Some responded in the comments. I've had emails from folks just in the last 24 hours. And the trend, there's some trends here. The biggest trend is, number one, yes, you're noticing an increase in activity, meaning that you live near this area and you know what is the norm. You know the baseline, okay, if you will. So what you've been noticing anywhere from the last few months, especially within the last 6 months from a lot of you, that the activity has greatly increased, especially with aircraft, especially with the large transport planes, okay? I'm hearing from people a lot, mostly in the West, the Western United States, okay? California, Oregon, and then also New Mexico, but all up and down the West Coast, especially from north, all the way down to south, okay? All the way down. And like I said, New Mexico, Oregon, also I heard from some people in West Virginia, interesting, and Alabama. Those were the main ones. There might have been a few others, but those are the ones that stuck out. And like I said, the big thing was the big transport planes, a huge increase in volume. Some of you also mentioned the large helicopters, the big Chinook helicopters. I've noticed a bit of an increase in the large helicopter activity, even over where we live here in East Georgia. Okay, but I was surprised by how many responded to that, and so it makes me wonder. And the question is, why the big increase here recently? There could be several reasons for it. My first thought is they're preparing for a world war that we're really already in. This could be a WW3 type ramp up preparation. Are they sending these things to, transport planes, railroad activity increased? Could mean that, and it seems to be going west. So is it Taiwan? Are we preparing for that? Are we preparing for something to happen on our west coast? Is it even another country? Is it just a natural disaster they're expecting? You know, um, is this stuff getting sent to Ukraine? Like I said, Taiwan, Japan, to help there. It's interesting. Um, or is this all just a prep to further bolster Ukraine and Europe? I also heard from some of you, well, one of you specifically, that were saying that they knew of troop movements and American soldiers being shipped out to various countries in Europe and Western Europe, and also one mentioned Kosovo. Kosovo, it's interesting. That's in the Balkans. That's in the Balkans down in southeastern Europe. So that's interesting, to say the least. But most of it was talk of Western Europe, to, I guess, bolster NATO. So very interesting stuff. Share your thoughts. Again, if you have noticed this in your area or know of somebody who lives near a base that is noticing this increased activity, ask them and let me know, again, in the comments or in your emails. I'd appreciate it. It's very interesting. I have a really good passage that I want to share. This is one of my favorites in the whole Bible. It's very comforting. It's very encouraging too, what we will see. And this is from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands." An eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. Amen. Can you imagine? I mean, I've read this verse so many times. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. And can you imagine what that looks like? What is that going to look like? I think it's going to be so magnificent, so beautiful that our brains can't comprehend that right now. Our brains can't form the words that would adequately describe what we will see. Okay. But I look forward to it. I believe, I don't know, for some reason, I believe that in heaven we will still build things. And even if we're not a builder here, we may be a builder there. We won't be bound by exhaustion or age or other things, So something to think about, something to look forward to. Share your thoughts on that. I think that would be interesting. Let's be safe. Let's get some rest. Let's take a break, decompress, okay? Clear your mind, all right? You can do that. Things are going to be fine. For the moment, I know things are changing. I know all the time. But we can take those breaks. We can get a slice of normal when we can, all right? But get some rest. Your body needs it. Your brain needs it. Take care of yourself. Let's be aware out there, of course. Let's keep the situational awareness. And take care of yourself. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.